In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the front wheel bearing assembly on your Nissan Armada located behind the front wheel. Let's get started. Using a 21mm socket, we're going to go ahead and remove the lug nuts. Remove the tire. After removing the wheel, we're going to move back behind the wheel well. We're going to start by disconnecting this connector. Go ahead and apply some pressure and pull it out. Just like that. I'm going to go ahead and use a small pry bar. Pry on this clip right here. And now we're going to be doing the same on this one. Now that we have those off, we can go ahead and slide these out. We're going to have two more on this side. And now we can just let the cable hang. Now we can go ahead and take off the whole caliper assembly. We're going to be removing these two bolts using a 19mm socket and a small extension. Go ahead and take them off. We're going to start by getting them loose. And now remove them. Before you fully remove the last bolt, just make sure you're holding on to it so it doesn't fall. Slide the whole assembly off. And in this case, I'm just going to place it on top. When you do this, you want to make sure you're not putting any stress on the line. Moving to the front of the rotor, we can go ahead and grab it and take it off. Now we can go ahead and remove the pin from the axle nut. Using a small flathead screwdriver, I'm going to go ahead and bend the arm. And now we can go ahead and use a pair of needle nose pliers to take it off. Using a 32mm socket, go ahead and remove the nut. With the axle nut out of the way, you want to make sure that the axle moves freely from the hub. I'm going to go ahead and use a rubber mallet just to tap it. And you just want to make sure that it moves freely from the hub. Now we can go ahead and unclip the wire. Simply grab it and slide it off. Moving to the back of the wheel hub, we're going to see three 19mm bolts, one on the top and two on the bottom. Using a 19mm socket, go ahead and remove them. Once you get it loose, go ahead and remove the bolt. And we're going to be doing the same on the two bottom ones. Now I'm going to use a wheel hub removal tool. We're going to be using two lug nuts from the wheels. And now we can use the slide hammer part. We went ahead and applied some rust penetrant to help us get it loose. Remove the backing plate. You can go ahead and just let it hang over here. And here's the old one. Now we can grab our backing plate. I'm going to go ahead and use a wire brush and clean the surfaces before I install the new one. You want to make sure it is free of debris. Now we can use some brake parts cleaner. Wipe off any excess. And like I mentioned, make sure that it's just free of debris. Here I have the old hub. I'm just going to go ahead and remove the tool. Go ahead and take off the lug nuts. And now take the tool off. Now we're ready to install the new one. But before we do so, we want to go ahead and spray some Never Seez around the edge. Move the axle and spray some underneath. Now we're ready to install the new bearing. And here we have the new one. Just remember the wire orientation goes around here. But before we install it, we want to make sure we put the backing plate in between. Mash up the holes, and we're going to be doing the same with the wheel bearing. Slide it in. Make sure you feed the axle through the hub. And make sure that you lined up the holes. After lining everything up, we can go ahead and install the top bolt. Go ahead and start it by hand. Now we can go ahead and get it snug. Do not tighten all the way yet. Now we can get to the two bottom ones. Go ahead and install it by hand. Now we can go ahead and snug everything up. After we have the bolts bottomed out, we can go ahead and torque them to 90 foot-pounds. Now we can go ahead and attach the harness to this clip right here. Just like that. And now we can work our way up. We're gonna go ahead and install this one, line it up, and push it in. Go ahead and do this one next. Make sure you push it in all the way and it bottoms out. Next, we're gonna go ahead and do this one. When you do this, you wanna make sure that it's bottomed out. Go ahead and clip it onto the hole. Do the same over here. And now plug it in. Just give it a light wiggle to make sure that it is secure. And just pull on it. Now we can go ahead and spray some Never Seize on the hub. Go ahead and install the rotor. And just to hold everything in place, I'm gonna go ahead and use one of the lug nuts and install it by hand. Now we're gonna go ahead and install the caliper. Slide it in. Go ahead and line up the holes and start the bolts by hand. Now we can get them snug. And now we can torque them down to 122 foot-pounds. Now we can go ahead and take the lug nut that we previously installed. Take it off and put it to the side. Now we can go ahead and install the axle nut. Go ahead and start it by hand. And now we can get it snug. Now we can go ahead and torque down our axle nut. But before we do so, I'm gonna use a small flathead screwdriver. I'm gonna go ahead and wedge it between the rotor and the caliper. So when I rotate this, it locks it in place. Now we can go ahead and torque the nut to 120 foot-pounds. And if you see, now it's gonna get locked with the screwdriver. Go ahead and remove the screwdriver. And now we can install the pin, slide it in. And we're gonna go ahead and bend this arm. And now we're gonna go ahead and bend this leg. Install the tire. Install the lug nuts by hand. And now go ahead and snug them up in a star-shaped pattern. With the vehicle on the ground, we're gonna go ahead and torque the lug nuts to 98 foot-pounds in a star pattern.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.